Hare Krishna, welcome to our last session on Krishna's pastimes. Krishna, the merciful and wonderful Krishna. Today we are going to discuss about Krishna's most enchanting pastimes at Kurukshetra. We discussed in Vrindavan. Today we will discuss what Krishna does in Kurukshetra, which is very exciting. So, we are going to discuss about the theme, how Krishna protects the devotees, especially here the Pandavas in Kurukshetra war. So the third canto of Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj that Krishna is very special. Krishna protected, Shukdev Goswami tells Parikshit that Krishna protected your ancestors, your grandparents. Yadvayam mantra kridvo bhagavan akileshwara pauravendra graham hitva praviveshatmasat kritam. Shukdev Goswami says that this Krishna, he became the minister. He became a messenger for all of you. He is Bhagavan Akileshwara. He is the Supreme Lord, but he agreed to become a courier service for you. And he rejected the house of Kauravas. Pauravendra graham hitva. He was given royal hospitality, but he abandoned it. And what did he do? Praviveshatmasat kritam. He entered the house of your grandparents as if it was his own house. This was the beauty of Krishna. He was so kind that he entered, he would walk into Pandava's house as if it was his own house. That much he loved the Pandavas. And why did he go as a Shantidut? Why did he go? You know this pastime, Krishna went as a messenger of peace to the Kauravas and he suggested to them that they give the land, half the kingdom to Pandavas. Why did he do that? Shukdev Goswami further says, Yada cha partha prahita sabhayam Jagad Guru Yani Jagada Krishna Natani Pumsam Amrita Nayani Rajo Rumene Kshata Punya Lesha. He says, because Partha, Arjuna suggested to Krishna, therefore Krishna went. He was so affectionate to Arjuna that because Arjuna gave the suggestion, Krishna left. Yada cha partha praita sabhayam. And he went as a messenger, although he is Jagat Guru. Jagat Guru Yani Jagada Krishna. He is not an ordinary person. He is Krishna, the Supreme Lord. But he became a messenger. And when he went to that assembly, for some people what he spoke appeared like nectar. Natani pumsam amrita nayani. For some people it was amrit. But for some others, like Duryodhana and Karna and Dushasana and Shakuni, what Krishna spoke appeared like Rajo Rumene Kshata Punya Lesha. Those whose pious credits had been lessened, those who were evil, they could not see Krishna's compassion. They could not listen to his words. So this is the background Shukdev Goswami gives to Parikshit Maharaj. And what happened when Krishna entered the assembly? Actually, it's an interesting pastime. Before Krishna came as a messenger of peace, Sanjaya came as a messenger of peace to Pandavas. You know this pastime? Krishna came and he told everyone, he told Duryodhana, please give 5 villages, half the kingdom first. But all of that happened much later. First, Sanjaya came to the Pandavas and Krishna was there with them. And Sanjaya said, I have come as a messenger of peace. So, Yudhishthir Maharaj said, yes, Sanjaya, speak up. What is your message? He said, I have come with a message from Dhritarashtra. And Dhritarashtra's message is, oh Pandavas, you are very nice people. You like non-violence. You are very righteous. You should not fight for kingdom. You should be happy with staying with Krishna in Dwarka. You go and stay with Krishna. You don't need any kingdom. Why do you want to be envious of your brothers Kauravas? Let them rule. This is a letter Dhritarashtra wrote. So you are pious people. You are okay even if you don't have any kingdom. You should not have any greed. This is all the things that Dhritarashtra sent message. And Sanjaya kept reading. As he was reading as it is, Pandavas were getting very angry. Their blood was boiling. And after he finished his letter, Krishna said, Sanjay, look at your king Dhritarashtra's audacity. Is this the letter he has written? Now, I will give you a message, Krishna said. Go and repeat this message as it is to your king Dhritarashtra. And what is my message? Krishna said, go and tell your king that Duryodhan, your eldest son, is the tree of sin. Dushasan is the trunk of that tree. And Karna and Shakuni are the branches of that tree. And all his 99 brothers are the fruits and leaves of that tree. And you, O Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kauravas, you are the root of this tree. And I will come personally to Kurukshetra, to Hastinapur, and I will pull out this tree from the root. And do you know who is Yudhishthir Maharaj? He is the tree of dharma, righteousness. Bhima is his trunk. Arjuna is his branch. Nakula and Sahadev are the fruits and leaves of this tree. And I am the root of this tree. So you cannot do any harm to Pandavas. So like this, Krishna also gave a very strong message to Sanjaya. Now Sanjaya came and reported as it is Krishna's message to the Kauravas in the assembly where Dhritarashtra was sitting. So Duryodhana became very angry. He started shouting. He said, this Krishna, how arrogant he is. He doesn't want our non-violent, peaceful proposal. So Duryodhana and his party is convinced that their proposal was very, very just and very, very peaceful. So then Sanjaya said, I'm sorry, I've just narrated the message as it is, but I want to tell you something I personally saw. Dhritarashtra tells Sanjaya, what did you see? So Sanjaya says, before leaving for Hastinapur, I thought, let me go and see Krishna and Arjuna once. So I went to the room and I was shocked. When I went in, I saw in the bed, Krishna and Arjuna are sitting and joking and they are laughing. And when I went in, I suddenly saw both of them transform into Nara and Narayana Rishi. The Mahabharata says that Krishna and Arjuna were incarnation of Nara Narayana Rishi. Nara Rishi came as Arjuna and Narayana Rishi came as Krishna. So Sanjaya is saying, I saw that they are not simply Krishna and Arjuna. They are Nara Narayana Rishi. And when I saw, I offered full Dandavat obeisances to them. And when they saw me, they laughed, they smiled. And Krishna, the Narayana Rishi, called me. And he said, Sanjaya, please go back to the kingdom at Hastinapur and tell Dhritarashtra and all the Kauravas. Tell them, maja karo, enjoy. Now are good days for you. Enjoy as much as you want, because very soon both of us will come and we will destroy your entire dynasty. And then Krishna specifically told me, Sanjaya is telling Dhritarashtra, that Krishna specifically told me, go and tell your king that I have a huge debt to repay to Draupadi. She was humiliated in your royal assembly. So like this, Sanjaya is reporting to Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, and they are very angry. Duryodhana is very angry. Duryodhana feels that Krishna is very, very unjust. And Duryodhana feels that they should not give any kingdom to the Pandavas. But still, Yudhishthir Maharaj is very kind. Arjuna tells Krishna, please, once you go and request them. So Krishna comes. You know how Krishna comes to Kurukshetra, Hastinapur? He comes with whom? Anybody knows? He doesn't come alone as a messenger of peace. He comes with one more person. He comes with Satyaki. Satyaki is Krishna's very, very dear student, also student of Arjuna. So he comes and Duryodhana makes amazing arrangements to receive Krishna. And Krishna rejects it and goes to Vidura's house. And Duryodhana gets very angry. He says, Krishna, why don't you accept our hospitality? Why are you so partial? Why don't you accept all the food we offer you? Krishna says, O Duryodhana, one accepts food and hospitality when either he is hungry or when the offering is made with love. I am not hungry and I know you are not offering me anything with love. So you are extremely proud and there is no hope for you. So I don't want to accept any hospitality from you. Because Duryodhana was personified false pride. Yesterday we were discussing about false pride. And in Hindi they were saying, जिसे मैं की हवा लगी, मैं मतलब आए. जिसे मैं की हवा लगी, उसे फिर ना दुआ लगी ना दवा लगी. Nothing can help him. So Duryodhana, you have no hope. Krishna told Duryodhana, and he walked to Vidura's house. And Vidura said, Krishna, why did you scold Duryodhana? Don't you know? Duryodhana has a big army and Duryodhana may harm you. And Krishna laughed. And Krishna told Vidura that, you know, Vidura, actually I am Duryodhana's well-wisher. He doesn't know that. Actually, I have come here to convince Duryodhana to give half the kingdom back to Pandavas. If needed, I will drag Duryodhana by his hair. I will do whatever it takes to convince Duryodhana. I will do everything in my power to save Duryodhana. This is what Krishna tells Vidura. This is Krishna's compassion. So in the royal assembly next day, Krishna makes a proposal. And he says, before I make the proposal, I request all the devtas, all the demigods to come here. And he invokes the presence of all the demigods. And he tells, it looks at all the demigods and says, you are all witness that I, Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, have sincerely tried non-violent means. I have sincerely requesting the Kauravas to give half the kingdom which rightfully belongs to the Pandavas. So please witness that I have tried my best. So then Krishna makes this proposal. Give half the kingdom to Pandavas. And at that time, you know, one of the members in the royal assembly who had come to witness this was Parashuram. All of you know Parashuram? He is very fierce. So Parashuram stands up. He says, Duryodhana, please consider what Krishna has proposed. I want to tell you something. You may not know. Let me tell you one story from the past. There was a very, very proud king called Dambodaka. This king was so powerful, he once attacked Narayan Rishi's ashram. And Narayan Rishi was very busy meditating. He told Nara Rishi, you handle this Dambodaka. Dambodaka had 21 Aksha Avni divisions of army. Do you know what is Aksha Avni? One Aksha Avni, this is interesting. In an army, in the Mahabharata, if somebody had one Aksha Avni division, one Aksha Avni means that army will contain, one Aksha Avni division will contain 21,870 foot soldiers, 21,870 soldiers on horses. It will contain, 21,870 elephant warriors and horse warriors, and 1,950 infantry on foot soldiers. And 65,610 will be the cavalry. So basically, it is chariot drivers. So you can imagine how many, if you calculate that, 21,870 into 2 plus 1,09,680 plus 65,610, huge, that is one Aksha Avni division. And in the Mahabharata war, Kauravas had 11 Aksha Avni divisions and Pandavas had 7. And Parashuram is saying, Dambodaka king attacked Nara Rishi with 21 Aksha Avni divisions. And Nara Rishi just took one blade of grass, he tore it into two and he threw it at the Dambhotaka's army, and the entire army was destroyed. So, Duryodhan, you are trying to attack the same Nararishi who has come as Arjuna, and he has Narayana Rishi, who's Krishna, also with him. So don't do this. Then Krishna says, Duryodhan, O Dhritarashtra, O king, I have another proposal. Please understand that if you should give half the kingdom to Pandavas, but you please understand that Pandavas, if you give them the kingdom, they will actually fight for you because they need you. Krishna says, in a forest, there are a lot of trees and there are 5 powerful lions. The lions need the forest to survive, and the forest is safe if the 5 lions are there. All of you are like forest. All you 99 brothers are like the trees of this forest. These 5 Pandavas are like lions. They will protect you. Just give them their right. So then Duryodhan says, never, never I will give them. So then Krishna says, give them 5 villages. That is his next negotiation. Then Duryodhan says, I will not give them even the space that is contained in the tip of a needle. Then Krishna says, in this assembly, dharma has become adharma and punya has become papa. And as Krishna gives an amazing discourse, in the middle of the discourse, you know what happens? Dushasan gets convinced by Krishna. And he turns to Duryodhan and says, oh brother, you are foolish. Give half the kingdom to Pandavas before we are destroyed. So when Dushasan starts scolding his own brother, Duryodhan gets so angry, he leaves the royal assembly. And when he leaves the assembly, Dushasan realizes that how he got bewildered by Krishna's words. And he comes running behind Duryodhan and apologizes. And Duryodhan says, this Krishna is very big trickster. He is using word jugglery. Let us arrest him. So Shakuni and Karna, Dushasan, they are planning outside the assembly. Inside, Krishna is convincing Dhritarashtra and Bhishma. Satyaki is convincing Drona and others. So everybody is doing negotiation there. Meanwhile, outside, Duryodhan, Shakuni, Karna and Dushasan are planning to arrest Krishna. For that time, Karna says, are you sure we can arrest Krishna? So Duryodhan says, of course, Vamandev arrested Bali Maharaj. So we should also arrest Krishna. So he is thinking he is like Vamandev. That is Duryodhana's logic. But then meanwhile, Satyaki gets suspicious. Satyaki tells Krishna inside, as they're negotiating, he tells Krishna, see, I think Duryodhana has gone outside. I'm convinced he is going to make some plans to arrest you. So Krishna smiles at Satyaki. He says, Satyaki, can 5, 6 ants come together and challenge a lion? Can a small finger shake and move a mountain? Can a child which puts his hand on the fire escape the fire's fury? This entire Kaurava race can be destroyed by Arjuna alone. Don't worry. Duryodhan can never arrest me. You just focus on your job. You try to convince Drona and Dhritarashtra. So meanwhile, Duryodhan enters the royal assembly and he says, attack! Arrest Krishna! At that time, Krishna displays his huge universal form. And when everybody in the assembly sees that, they are stunned. Bhishma pays full Dandavat Pranam. That form of Krishna is huge, where all the Devatas are appearing to be residing in Krishna. Krishna appears with fire from his mouth, with millions of heads, with different arrows, different weapons hurling from his body. And in that form, Krishna devours the entire cosmos. All this is seen by everybody in the assembly. So the pious people, they offer pranam. And Duryodhan says, this is all magic show. And he leaves the hall. See, that's why sometimes, people say, why there should be war? We should never have war. We should understand. Krishna also never wanted war. But there are some people who will never, we say in Hindi, laton ke bhoot paaton se nahi mante. I say, अगर दुश्मन समझाने से समझ जाता तो बांसुरी बजाने वाला कभी महाभारत युद्ध नहीं होने देता. Krishna loves to play bansuri, but such a big war is happening because people don't understand. The same Krishna, please understand, in Vrindavan, what is his mood? What is he doing in Vrindavan? He's just enjoying, and even when he's killing demons, nobody is believing that he's killing them. Like Chanur and Mushtik, the Chanur Mushtik in Mathura, Balramji killed Mushtika, Krishna killed Chanura, and they were wrestling, and after they killed them, all these Krishna's friends who were in the stadium, like earlier times in cricket, now they don't do that. In England, whenever cricket match would happen, and if the last run is scored or the last wicket falls, everybody in the audience would run into the ground. So when Krishna killed Chanura and Mushtik, Balramji killed Mushtik, all Krishna's friends came running inside to the ground, jumping and dancing, as if Krishna has won a tournament, as Krishna has won. And then what Krishna did, and all these friends are lifting Krishna. And then Krishna would let us have a wrestling. And Kamsa is watching all of this in the stadium, in the royal seat. And Krishna's friends are wrestling with Krishna and they throw Krishna down. And they defeat Krishna. This is to add insult to injury for Kamsa. Kamsa is sitting and watching. This Krishna has killed Chanura and his friends are defeating Krishna. Then Krishna jumps into the royal seat and grabs Kamsa and by the hair. Kamsa takes out his sword and smashes it. Krishna dodges it. Krishna holds Kamsa's hair, throws him down and kills him. Actually, Jiva Goswami, the Rasa, Vrindavan, Gopal Champu, in that book, Jiva Goswami, very rasik. He says, oh, Krishna never killed Kamsa. Krishna will never kill, no, because Kamsa is uncle. Krishna is very nice boy. He will never kill his uncle. What happened? He was trying to hit his hair, his crown. He wanted to hit very strong so that Kamsa's crown falls off. So when he hit hard, Kamsa got up. So it hit Kamsa's neck. So then Kamsa died. So then Krishna drags him down. So basically what I'm saying is, Vrindavan killing of demons is presented in a very sweet way. It is very full of nectar and lot of rasa. Like when Krishna killed Putana, I was hearing one Bhagavatam class of Mukunda Anand Prabhu from Pune. He says when Putana entered to kill Krishna, Krishna closed his eyes. So he says, Mukunda Anand Prabhu was saying, there are 16 reasons why Krishna closed his eyes when Putana entered. And he gives amazing rasik, sweet reasons why Krishna closed his eyes. He says, Krishna closed his eyes because, Krishna said, Arey Bapre. In Ram Leela also, the first demon I had to kill was a woman. Now again one woman has come. Putana, so he closed his eyes. The second reason he closed his eyes because he saw, if Putana comes and sees me, she will see in my eyes that I am God. But, and then she will escape. So I have to kill her. Let me close my eyes so that she doesn't see me. Third reason he says is, Krishna closed his eyes because Krishna was remembering Lord Shiva and was sending a message to Lord Shiva. Oh Lord Shiva, you are the one who drinks poison. Putana has come with lot of poison to kill me. This is your job. You drank halahal vish in Samudra Manthan Leela. So then Lord Shiva sent a SMS back saying that no. In the Samudra Manthan there was no much nectar. Nectar you all of you demigods drank, but poison you gave me. So now you only drink this poison. So like that, many reasons our acharyas give. 16 reasons. So Mukundanand Prabhu gave all the 16 reasons. And he said, so when you are chanting your japa every day morning, if after every round, you are chanting 16 rounds. After every round, if you remember why Krishna closed his eyes, then in your japa you will not close your eyes. You will not fall asleep. So there are many sweet, Vrindavan Leela is totally different. When Krishna was killing Trinavarta, he was going in the sky. It was going like an aeroplane, and he was holding Trinavarta. So Acharyas give commentary. Krishna performed this pastime because, Krishna was always seeing when he was in Mother Yashoda's lap, all demigods are looking at him from above. So he wanted to go and tell them hi. So that's why he went on Trinavarta. And he also, when he was going on Trinavarta, Krishna wanted to enjoy like Disneyland, he wanted to enjoy fun. And When he was going in Trinavarta, was taking him in the skyway. That time Krishna saw Giriraj Govardhan for the first time and he waved to him and said, I'm going to come very soon and perform pastimes. So all of these things are there in Vrindavan Leela. But in Kurukshetra, it is a totally different game. Krishna is like, he's using politics, strategy. He's first of all trying honest means. When they don't understand, then Krishna uses a lot of trickery because he has a lot of enemies there. So there's a very interesting pastime. In the 11th day, first 11 days of the Mahabharata war, most of the time Kauravas were having upper hand. Why? Anybody knows? Who was the main reason why? What was the main reason why Kauravas were winning the war? Bhishma. He was the commander-in-chief. So, actually, 12th day was the day when finally Bhishma was defeated. He was thrown on a bed of arrows. Actually, what happened? Kauravas got frustrated when Bhishma fell. But before that only, something interesting happened. On the 4th day of the Mahabharata war in Kurukshetra, Duryodhan realized that Pandavas are very powerful. Can you guess what must have happened because of which Duryodhan realized Pandavas are very powerful? Because in that one day, Bhima killed 10 brothers of Duryodhan. So then first time Duryodhan realized, this Bhima is very strong. So then he went to Bhishma, who was the commander-in-chief. And he said, how can this Bhima kill 10 brothers? 10 of my most powerful brothers in one day. So then Bhishma said, actually it is not Bhima. This Bhima killed because, who is giving him power? Krishna. And who is Krishna? Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because of his blessings, Pandavas are invincible. Do you understand? And Duryodhan very attentively hears Bhishma Pitama. And he understands that it is Krishna who is the Supreme Lord, who is orchestrating killing of his brothers. Duryodhan understands that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he offers obeisances there in the tent. When Bhishma is sitting in front of him, he gets up from his chair, he offers Dandavat Pranam to Krishna. And he says, Krishna, please bless me, I can win this war. मतलब उसको समझ में नहीं आया. That is how stubborn he was. And I think after 2-3 days when Bhishma was not fighting very strong, Bhishma took a vow. Because Duryodhan taunted Bhishma that you are not fighting to your full. So Bhishma took out 5 special arrows. He said, with these 5 arrows, I will kill the 5 Pandavas tomorrow. And Duryodhan said, I will give you those 5 arrows tomorrow. You give me those 5 arrows now, I will keep it secretly. And Krishna so smart, he sent Arjuna and said, because Arjuna had released Duryodhan when the Gandharvas had captured him during Vanvas. And that time Duryodhan said, anytime you ask me for a charity, I will give you. So then Krishna said Arjuna, telling him, now you ask for charity of those 5 arrows. So Arjuna went to Duryodhan and said, give me those 5 arrows. And Duryodhan was shocked. How did you know? Who told you? Arjuna smiled and Duryodhan understood. It is Krishna. So Krishna is so expert. Krishna was the one who gave the idea that how do you bring Bhishma down? You put Shikhandi in front of Arjuna. So Duryodhan was very frustrated. After Bhishma fell, who was made the commander-in-chief? Dronacharya. And on the 12th day, when Dronacharya was made the commander-in-chief, Dronacharya told Duryodhan, oh Duryodhan, what a great honor you have given me. You have made me the commander-in-chief. Tell me, what do you want? I will fulfill your desire. You know what Duryodhan asked? He could have asked that you kill Arjuna or you kill Yudhishthir, right? He could have asked all of that. But you know what he asked? He said, arrest Yudhishthir Maharaj and bring him to me. Dronacharya was shocked. He said, why do you want me to arrest Yudhishthir Maharaj? I will kill him. And you know what Duryodhan said? No, don't ever kill Yudhishthir. Nobody should kill Yudhishthir Maharaj, because if you kill him, oh Dronacharya, then Pandavas will be very angry. And they will be unstoppable. They will destroy all of us. But if you arrest him and bring him to me, I will force him to play a gambling match, dice, and I will defeat him and send him to forest for 13 years. That was the logic Duryodhana used. So Dronacharya said, what a crooked fellow this Duryodhana is. But Dronacharya had to obey Duryodhana's command. He said, let us go and arrest. So he rushed towards Yudhishthir, but Arjuna came in the front. And Arjuna fought with Dronacharya a whole day. He could not stop. So Dronacharya, in the evening, Duryodhana started chastising his own guru. You are not fighting. You could not arrest Yudhishthir. So Dronacharya said, I cannot arrest Yudhishthir as long as Arjuna is alive. Arjuna is there guarding Yudhishthir Maharaj. I cannot arrest. So then there was a very powerful mercenaries called Shamshaptakas. They said, don't worry. Tomorrow we will drag Arjuna away from the battlefield. We will take him far away and fight with him there. And that time Yudhishthir Maharaj will be alone. So you can arrest him. So Dronacharya said, we will make Chakravyuh. We will make a chariot formation. And they made that. And Arjuna was challenged. Arjuna was taken to another section of the battlefield. And you know what happened on that 13th day? Who was killed? Abhimanyu. Because nobody could penetrate the Chakravyuh and except Arjuna. But Abhimanyu had heard about the Chakravyuh penetration when he was in the womb of his mother. So he went in, but before other Pandavas could enter, Jayadarath came and stopped them. We know that whole pastime. But meanwhile, I'm just telling you how Krishna is taking care of Arjuna. Krishna has become Arjuna's chariot driver. Krishna has become Arjuna's servant. And when they are fighting every stage of the war, Arjuna was protected by Krishna. You know, like when they were fighting Shamshaptakas, one extremely powerful warrior attacked Arjuna. His name was Bhagadatta. Have you heard of this name? What is Bhagadatta's speciality? He was so powerful. He was the oldest man in the army. And you know what is the speciality of Bhagadatta? He had one weapon which was more powerful than Brahmastra. We say Brahmastra is the most powerful nuclear weapon. But there is another weapon which is more powerful than Brahmastra. That is called Vaishnavastra. So Bhagadatta had Vaishnavastra, which nobody knew how to counter it. Nobody knew how to counter it. And he released that astra on Arjuna. Bhagadatta said, I will kill Arjuna and finish the war. And when Bhagadatta released that arrow on Arjuna and that Vaishnavastra came to kill Arjuna, what Krishna did? He was driving the chariot. He stopped the reins and Krishna stood up. So the arrow hit Krishna on the chest and suddenly it turned into a garland like this. And Krishna's body had this beautiful garland. And everybody was shocked. What happened? We just shot an arrow at Arjuna and a garland has fallen on Krishna. And Arjuna said, why did you stand up? Why did you take the arrow on your chest? Krishna said, Arjuna, this is Vaishnavastra. Nobody can counter this. Now, kill Bhagadatta. He could not kill Bhagadatta. Bhagadatta was extremely powerful. Krishna said, Arjuna, you can never kill him because he's extremely powerful. But you know, he's very, 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 very old. He's so old that his eyes can't remain open. His eyes are always closed. So he has kept his eyes open by tying the eyelids to a cloth. And that cloth is tying his back. So his eyes are open. So you break the cloth first and then kill him. So Arjuna shot 2 arrows. First the arrow on the cloth and his eyelids closed. And his eyelids closed, then the next arrow is shot on his chest. So you can imagine how Krishna is guiding Arjuna at every stage of the war. Then there was another warrior called Shrutavyuha. He had a weapon which was even more powerful than Vaishnavastra. He was given a gift of one mace, one gada by Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva said, this gada, if you throw at anyone, that person 100% has to die. But there is a disclaimer. You know, in all these advertising schemes, there's always there's a disclaimer there. Some conditions apply is always there, right? So Lord Shiva told him, this is a special gada. You throw it anyone, it will kill that person. But you can throw it only once. If you try it again, then it will come back to you only. What Krishna did, so look at Krishna's expertise. When Shrutavyuha saw that Bhagadatta is killed, he said, I have to, because Duryodhana had told them that you have to kill Arjuna by today. Arjuna will also be killed, Abhimanyu will also be killed. So Shrutavyuha took that Gada, he threw at Arjuna directly, and you know what again Krishna did? He stood up. It hit Krishna on the chest. But what happened when Vaishnava Astra was released? It became garland. But when Shrutavyuha threw that mace, Gada, it hit him. You know what happened then? It didn't turn into a garland. Krishna deliberately, how Krishna is you know how he plays tricks. Krishna created such an impact that the Gada hit him and it bounced back into the hands of Shrutavyuha. So Shrutavyuha got angry. Arey, ye khada ho gaya. He stood up and it came back to me. So out of frustration, he threw it again. What happened when he threw it again? It boomeranged and it came back and killed Shrutavyuha. You know, in cricket, we have hit wicket. He was hit wicket out. He was trying to kill and he only got killed. And again, everybody in the battlefield are watching. See what is happening? Krishna is not picked up any weapon. That is the best part is, Krishna is not fighting. Krishna is not, you know, fighting with bow and arrow. He is just orchestrating. So that's how Krishna is so amazing. So it is, anyway. So finally, Abhimanyu was killed. You know this story. Abhimanyu was killed unfairly. All of you know this. How he was killed unfairly? Karna, Dushasan, all of them attacked from behind. Karna actually could not face Abhimanyu that day. 3 different times in that day, Abhimanyu defeated Karna and broke Karna's bow. So Karna was frustrated. Everybody was frustrated. So they, Ashwatthama, Karna, Dronacharya, all of them cheated. They attacked from behind and Abhimanyu was killed. And then in the evening when Arjuna came back, it's a long pastime. Arjuna understood that Jayadratha had stopped the Pandavas from entering Chakravyuha. So Arjuna took a vow that tomorrow before sunset I will kill Jayadratha. And Krishna, what Krishna's reaction? Krishna said, Arey Baapre, why is he taking such a vow? It is so difficult. And Jayadratha got so scared when he heard that Arjuna has taken vow. He went and told Duryodhana, I am leaving the battlefield, I am going back to my kingdom. I don't want to fight tomorrow. Because Arjuna is going to kill me before sunset. He has taken a vow. And Duryodhana said, now I am not going to leave you. I am going to ensure that you are here because we will protect you in the war. Until sunset, if Arjuna cannot come near you and cannot kill you, then Arjuna is going to end his life. Arjuna took a vow that if I don't kill Jayadratha by sunset, I will jump into fire. So Duryodhana had Duryodhana became very happy because he realized now we don't have to kill Arjuna. We don't have to defeat Arjuna. What we have to do? We have to simply protect Jayadratha. So for him, Jayadratha was a guinea pig. So Jayadratha was the one he has to use to kill Arjuna. So but Jayadratha was very, very convinced that I have to leave. I have to run away from the battlefield. So they all went to Dronacharya. And Duryodhana told Dronacharya, please console him. Convince him that tomorrow Arjuna cannot reach him. So Dronacharya said, no. The fact is, Arjuna and Krishna will get you tomorrow. Instead of consoling, he is telling them, he said, I am telling you the truth. It's not possible. And but Arjuna has upper hand because of his tenacity and his practice. But tomorrow I am going to create a vyuha which is more powerful than Chakravyuha, which nobody can penetrate. It is called Shakata Vyuha. Shakata Vyuha is, he says, it will have a lotus formation in the beginning, in the front, and the end of the lotus stem formation, there will be a chariot formation. And there, in the end of that, there will be a needle formation. And the end of the needle, which is around 40 kilometers, it will be right where the first Kaurava soldier will be standing. That is how many miles? Almost 25 miles, right? 25-30 miles. Far in the end will be Jayadratha, protected by 6 Maharathis. So Dronacharya said, Arjuna will, from morning sunrise, the battle will start. By sunset, he will not be able to reach there because it will be thickly guarded. The whole formation will be so thick with Kaurava soldiers that they cannot reach there. So Duryodhana was satisfied, Jayadratha was satisfied. And Krishna is expert. Krishna knows what strategy they are making. So Krishna called Arjuna and said, Arjuna, you know what you have done? You have done the most stupid thing. You took such a reckless vow. How will you reach Jayadarath tomorrow by sunset? They have made Shakat of you tomorrow. Folk, Arjuna says, how I reach Jayadarath, that is your problem. You think about it. So Arjuna slept peacefully that night. But Krishna was in anxiety. Are abhi Jayadarath to kaise marne ka? So then Krishna, out of anxiety, this is the sweetness of Krishna. He loves his devotees so much. He called his driver. Who was his driver? Daruka. And he called Daruka and said, Daruka, this midnight. He said, Daruka, I'm not getting any sleep. Tomorrow in the battlefield, if Arjuna doesn't reach Jayadarath by sunset, I will not allow Arjuna to commit suicide. As soon as the sun sets and Arjuna has not reached Jayadarath, I will take out my conch shell and I will blow the conch shell in Rishabha note. Pom, pom, conch shell you blow. There is a note called Rishabha note. I will blow. And when you hear that note, immediately come to me with all my weapons. And then in the next 5 minutes, I will destroy the entire Kaurava army. I will break my vow that I will not lift any weapons. So even Daruka was shaken. And next day, the war began. And Arjuna told Yudhishthir Maharaj that I cannot protect you today because I have taken a vow. And Dronacharya told Duryodhan, I have made this vyuha, all of you handle this. I will go and arrest Yudhishthir because that was his job given, right? Remember, Dronacharya is supposed to arrest Yudhishthir Maharaj so that Yudhishthir again plays gambling and again he can be defeated and sent to forest. So everybody is making plans. Dronacharya is making plan to arrest Yudhishthir. Arjuna is making plan to kill Jayadarath. And Duryodhana is making plan to protect Jayadarath. So then Arjuna turns to Satyaki. Satyaki, today you have to protect my brother Yudhishthir Maharaj because I cannot protect him. I am going to kill Jayadarath. So Satyaki says, don't worry, because Satyaki was trained by Arjuna. Arjuna trusted him. And Arjuna went ahead, and whom does he meet first? Dronacharya. Right at the entrance of the Shakatavi was Dronacharya. So Arjuna cannot penetrate that formation because Dronacharya is very expert. So for almost 2-3 hours, he was only fighting with Dronacharya right at the beginning of the Shakatavi. And Krishna looked back. Arjuna, if you keep fighting, we will not reach. We have a long way to go. So, don't tarry here for long. Just let me do something. You know what Krishna did? He turned the chariot and swiftly bypassed Dronacharya and went ahead. Instead of defeating him, he bypassed him. So Dronacharya was shocked. He said, Arjuna, how can you go away without defeating your enemy? In a battlefield, you cannot just bypass me. You have to fight. So Arjuna looked back. Krishna winked at Arjuna. And Arjuna told Dronacharya that you are not my enemy, you are my guru. and I have a job to do. And he sped. And when he sped, when he went away fast, Krishna drove, because already they had lost 2-3 hours. So when they were going ahead, Duryodhan became reckless. Duryodhan said, oh Dronacharya, we are feeding you every day. We are taking care of you. You are such an ungrateful person. He started scolding his own guru because he thought now Krishna and Arjuna will go reach Jayadarath. So he said, you are not stopping Arjuna. He started shouting and Dronacharya told Duryodhan, I forgive you because I am employed by you. But you go and arrest and stop Krishna and Arjuna. So then Duryodhan became mad, hysterical. He said, you cannot stop Arjuna and Krishna. You are Dronacharya and you are telling me to go and stop Krishna and Arjuna? What logic is this? Dronacharya said, I am telling you, you will be able to stop them. Because you are afraid of Arjuna's arrows, I will put this golden armor on you. So he put a golden armor. And he told Duryodhan, now Arjuna's no arrow can touch you. No arrow can penetrate you. You can go right and you can be in front of Arjuna. He cannot defeat you. So you somehow go fast and be with, just reach Krishna and Arjuna. So immediately put on that armor. He got confidence of, and Dronacharya said, I will not come with you because I want to go and arrest Yudhishthir. So Duryodhana got that armor and he sped, and Krishna and Arjuna are going fast. They are breaking the enemies now. And Duryodhana is chasing them. But Duryodhana, and Krishna understood Duryodhana is coming from behind. You know what Krishna did? Something very interesting. Krishna loves to have fun. Krishna, when he defeats his enemies, he does it in such a style that the enemy gets hope first. Now Krishna said something most illogical. You know what Krishna said? He said, Arjuna, our horses are tired. We should give them some massage and rest. So why don't you fight on the ground? This is the most illogical thing to do on this day. Other days of the war, it could have made sense. But why it is illogical? Because they have to travel, no? Long distance. So Krishna is stopped, and Arjuna has so much faith in Krishna. He says, okay. If somebody else would have been there, he would have said, Krishna, time. So Krishna is stopping the chariot and he's massaging the horses. Why? Krishna is doing all of that so that Duryodhana comes near. He wanted Duryodhana to come closer. So when Duryodhana came, Krishna told Arjuna, Arjuna, so Duryodhana is here, kill him and finish off the war. So Arjuna is shooting arrows after arrows and nothing is happening to Duryodhana. It's all falling off. It was special armor he was dressed with. So then Krishna told Arjuna, Arjuna, you cannot penetrate any of his part of his body. But look at his fingers. So what happened? This part was uncovered. You know, the finger, till here the armor was there. But just above the nails, that area was free. No armor. So Arjuna shot 10 arrows and pierced this tip of the nail here. And it was so piercing arrow that Duryodhana started screaming in pain. And Krishna was laughing. So Krishna wanted to see this fun. And that's why he had stopped the arrow. And then Duryodhana was screaming in pain. Krishna told Arjuna, now let us continue our journey. And then again Arjuna sat on the chariot. And again he yoked the horses and they went ahead. Meanwhile, Yudhishthira Maharaj was in great anxiety because Krishna and Arjuna had gone long ahead. And there was no news. So he started getting scared. He said, Satyaki, I am feeling worried. Is Arjuna safe? So Satyaki, you please go. You please go and see if Krishna and Arjuna are safe there. Because they are alone. And as soon as you see Arjuna, you send me a message. You shout or you blow the conch shell in a particular note. I want to get the news that Arjuna is safe. Satyaki said, but I cannot leave you. You will be vulnerable. You will be arrested by Dronacharya. Yudhishthira said, no, but I am in a lot of anxiety. You go. Bhima will protect me. So he kept Bhima with him. And Satyaki went. What was Satyaki's job? Not protect. Just to check whether Arjuna is safe. So when Satyaki went ahead, whom did he again confront in front? Dronacharya. Dronacharya wouldn't allow Satyaki to go ahead. And Satyaki, what he did? He followed the same strategy of Krishna Arjuna. He took the chariot on the side and he turned away and he ran. So Dronacharya got very angry. He said, you are a coward. You are not fighting me. So Satyaki said, I am simply following my guru. His guru was Arjuna. So he said, and he also fled. But after Satyaki went ahead, now Yudhishthira Maharaj became anxious about Arjuna also and Satyaki also. So he said, now what is happening? I don't know. Bhima, you go and find out. As soon as you see Arjuna, you roar loudly so that I will become peaceful. Bhima said, I cannot leave you. Dronacharya will arrest you. So then Yudhishthira said, no. Drishtadhyumna will protect me. Drishtadhyumna has been destined to kill Dronacharya. So as long as Drishtadhyumna is next to me, Dronacharya cannot do anything. So you don't worry, you go. So then Bhima went. And when Bhima went again, who was in front of him? Dronacharya. Dronacharya said, oh Bhima, your brother Arjuna, like a coward, ran away. And his disciple Satyaki also left me. So, you want to also follow them and see Arjuna? I can give you permission. You can go. And Bhima said, Arjuna and Satyaki don't need your permission. They were kind. They didn't kill you. But I am not like the kind-hearted Arjuna. I am Bhima, your enemy. And then Bhima lifted 2 maces, Gada, and he threw with such ferocity at Dronacharya. Just at the last moment, Dronacharya jumped off the chariot. And the chariot was crushed to powder. And Bhima ran ahead in his chariot. So Bhima did not have to circumvent. Bhima was really, he had a big ego. So he went ahead. So then Bhima reached very fast. And when he saw Satyaki and Arjuna, that's an long pastime there, how Satyaki killed Bhurishrava. That's another very big story. We'll not get into that. I'm going a lot of shortcuts. Because Mahabharata, half Mahabharata is before 18 days war, half Mahabharata is 18 days war. There is so much details there. How Krishna, every time Krishna is protecting. Every second Krishna is protecting. So then when Bhima saw Arjuna, he roared loudly. And Yudhishthir Maharaj heard it so many miles away. And his heart was gladdened. And that time, just when Arjuna destroyed all the army. In fact, that one day, Arjuna destroyed, out of those 11 Akshauhini divisions, he destroyed 5 Akshauhini divisions of Kauravas. And that one day, that much ferocity Arjuna was fighting. But just when they reached Jayadarath, just before sunset, Krishna wanted to do more drama. See, Krishna is amazing. He loves to make those who are enemies of devotees, Krishna makes them suffer in a very excruciating way. See, if you just suddenly get killed, uska maja nahi hai. You should give them hope and then defeat them. So Krishna said to Arjuna, don't kill him now. Don't. Why? So Krishna said, I am going to create an illusion of sunset so that all the Kauravas become happy. So when they are happy, they think Arjuna is now going to die. So Arjuna said, okay. You know why Krishna does this? Because then the Kauravas will become happy, and in that happiness, and then when Jayadratha is killed, they'll become more painful. You see? Like I remember as a young boy, in India now cricket is very famous. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Shri Radha Nil Madha Bhagavan ki Jai, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Jai, Lakshmi Narasimha Bhagavan ki Jai, Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki Jai, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. See right now in India, this Asia Cup is going on and the Cricket World Cup is going to happen. So I remembered when I was a young boy, the age of Murli and others here, we were interested, that time India's national obsession was hockey, not cricket. And that Asian Games, 1982 Asian Games, I remember, the hockey final match between India-Pakistan was the main event. The whole stadium in Delhi was packed. And thousands of people, India-Pakistan, final match, hockey, wow. And India, in the first half, they scored 2 goals. India 2, Pakistan 0. And we were all dancing, jumping, very happy that India is going to win. And all the people, Sardarjis in that stadium were doing Bhangra dance. And we were thinking India has won. But what happened? These Pakistani players went into the dressing room. I don't know what they did. Some namaz or whatever they read. They came back in the next half, they scored 8 goals. And they won 8-2. That was very painful because we thought we had won. When you think you have won and then you lose, it is very painful. So what Krishna did, Krishna created illusion of sunset. So all the Kauravas said, yay, we have won. Now Arjuna is going to enter into fire. So as they were very happy, then at that moment, Krishna removed the illusion. And the sun came back. And immediately they got scared. And Krsna was ready to fight. And in that entire day, 3 times Arjuna completely defeated Krsna. And at one point of time, Krsna was so exhausted fighting Arjuna that Duryodhana told Krsna that, why are you not helping me? This is the most important time. And Krsna told Duryodhana, I have tried everything. I have tried my best. But Arjuna is unstoppable today. He is in a state of obsession. I am just not able to stop him. Even Krsna was defeated. So then when Krishna told Arjuna, see, now Jayadratha is in front of you. And Jayadratha took Arjuna took his arrow and is about to kill Jayadratha. Krishna said, stop. You can't kill him because he has got a blessing. Jayadratha has got a blessing from his father that whoever causes my son's head to fall on the ground, his own head will crush into 1,000,000 pieces. So if you shoot an arrow now, and if his head falls on the ground, your head will break into million pieces. Arjuna said, now what do I do? Krishna said, I have an idea. You know what Krishna told Arjuna? Krishna told Arjuna, Jayadratha's father has blessed him like this. And his father is doing tapasya in Himalayas. So he sent him the GPS where his father is doing meditation. So then Arjuna is fighting Karna, Dushasan, everybody is fighting all the Maharathis and simultaneously shot an arrow at Jayadratha's neck and took it skyways and by courier sent it flying in that direction where Krishna is telling him, and that head went and fell at the lap of Jayadratha's father who is doing meditation. And as soon as that head fell on Jayadratha's father's lap, he picked up the head and he threw it on the ground. And then what happened? His father's head broke into million pieces because he was the one who put it on the ground. See how Krishna, how he took care of Arjuna throughout that one day. And then of course there's a long pastime. The 14th day happened. And then Karna had the Shakti Astra by which he could kill Arjuna. That whole night they fought. But Krishna called Ghatotkacha. And he released it on Ghatotkacha. It's a long story. Actually Krishna was involved all the time. In kidnapping Subhadra also. Actually Subhadra, Balramji wanted her to marry Duryodhan. Krishna gave idea to Arjuna that you kidnapped my sister. What a... And then what happened in the Mahabharata, you know how Dronacharya was killed? Dronacharya was using very celestial weapons to kill ordinary soldiers. So Krishna said, this is adharma. So we will kill him because nobody could kill him. So he made Yudhishthir lie. And he told that Ashwatthama has been killed. So Dronacharya said, I will not believe it unless Yudhishthir tells me. So what Bhima did, Bhima went and killed an elephant called Ashwatthama. So then Dronacharya asked Yudhishthir, is Ashwatthama dead? And he said, yes. Narova Kunjarova. If had not human Ashwatthama, but the elephant Ashwatthama. But when he said that, Krishna blew his conch shell that very moment. So that Kunjarova, that was not heard by Dronacharya. But Dronacharya heard that Ashwatthama is killed. And Yudhishthir Maharaj is saying it. So like that. And then he sat on meditation and then Dushradhamna came and killed him. So when Dronacharya was killed, Ashwatthama became so angry. Ashwatthama had one of the most powerful weapons in the Mahabharata war. Anybody knows what it is? Narayan Astra. Narayan Astra is an Astra which is against which nobody, you know what is the way to counter Narayan Astra? You have to offer full Dandavat Pranam. So when Narayan Astra was released, Krishna told everyone, Dandavat Pranam. So everybody is offering Dandavat. But one person refused. Who? Bhima. I said, I will not offer obeisances. I will fight. Krishna said, Arey, jug jao. He didn't. So then what Krishna and Arjuna did, they both jumped on Bhima and they forced him to offer Dandavat. They pulled him down. And he was forced to. So when Narayan Astra became useless, so then Ashwatthama got so angry, he had an extremely powerful Astra called Agneya Astra. By that arrow, if he shoots at anyone, and he can shoot it multiple times. Remember other Astras? Only once you can shoot. But Agneya Astra is such a powerful Astra that Ashwatthama was blessed. Anytime he shoots this, everything will burn to ashes. So Ashwatthama could use it millions of times if he wants. So he released Agneya Astra. And that Astra, once released, will burn the entire enemy to ashes. But as soon as he released that arrow, you know what Krishna did? Krishna sent a message to Agni Dev. Remember yesterday we were discussing about Agni Dev? Krishna and Arjuna helped Agni Dev. Where? Kandava forest. Agni Dev wanted to devour. Krishna had helped him. So Krishna said, hey Agni Dev, I had helped you, remember? So Agni Dev said, yeah, I have a favor. you have done a favor to me, I will reciprocate now. So what Agni Dev did? So Ashwatthama, whenever you are shooting Agni Astra, that Astra was becoming, that fire was not coming only. Like our Diwali rockets in India, You release that rocket, it doesn't go only. So Ashwatthama, when he saw all of this happen, his father is killed. Narayana Astra is going waste. Agni Astra is not working. And he's looking at Krishna and Krishna is smiling. So Ashwatthama understood that this Krishna only is doing everything. So you know what happened? He went mad. He actually went mad. He dropped his weapons and in the battlefield he started running around like a madman. Everything is Maya. Everything is Maya. This is all madness. And he went mad. For many hours he was running around. So this is how Krishna, actually there are many, many pastimes like this. After the whole Mahabharata war was over, you know what happened in the end? Krishna told Arjuna, you get off the chariot now. Generally Krishna would get off and help Arjuna get down from the chariot. But after the last Mahabharata, entire war was over, Krishna told Arjuna to get down first. You know why? Arjuna got down and Arjuna was wondering why Krishna is telling me. Arjuna got down and Krishna said, go back. And Arjuna went back. And then Krishna got off the chariot. Immediately the chariot burst into flames and it became ashes. Arjuna was perplexed. What happened? Krishna said, during the entire war, so many nuclear missiles were hurled against you, against us. I took all of that and kept it on the chariot. I took all of that heat, that energy. And now the war is over. Let this chariot get the reaction of that. So that's how Krishna was protecting. And then Dhritarashtra came lamenting and he said, oh Pandavas, you are so nice. Now you will rule. Let me embrace you. But he had a lot of anger against Bhima. So he wanted to embrace Bhima. And Krishna said, wait Bhima, don't go. There was an iron statue of Bhima which Duryodhana was using to practice mace fighting. So Krishna put that iron statue of Bhima in front of Dhritarashtra. And Dhritarashtra embraced and he thinking it is Bhima tightly. And Dhritarashtra had strength of 10,000 elephants. He crushed it and after crushing it he said, oh, I have killed Bhima out of my anger. But he wanted to kill Bhima. And Krishna came, don't worry, you didn't kill him. It was an iron statue. So like this. So actually there's unlimited pastimes. But I just want to say one thing. What we did today is to just see how Krishna is so nice. We are just discussing Krishna's pastimes. I would like to conclude with one very nice incident that happened in my life. Sachinandan Swami Maharaj, all of you know him, the very senior leader. He came to Chowpatty temple many years ago when I was a very new bhakta. And I was serving him prasad and taking care of him. In the night, when I was leaving his room, after putting mosquito net for him, I said, Maharaj, any other service? Maharaj said, you can't go like that. I don't leave anyone like that without giving them Krishna. Sit, I'll give you Krishna. So I said, what is he going to do? So I sat and Maharaj then, he sat on his chair and he said, Krishna is the most charming personality. And then Maharaj spoke Krishna and Trinavarta pastime. Some pastime he spoke for 5 minutes. And then he opened his eyes and he said, now I've given you Krishna. So I said, thank you Maharaj. Then I was leaving. And Maharaj said, hey, where are you going? I said, thank you Maharaj. Any other seva? I asked. Maharaj said, I gave you Krishna. Now you give me Krishna. So then I didn't understand. So then he said, I gave you Krishna. And then Maharaj got off his chair and he sat on the ground. Then I understood. I also sat down. Then whatever little bit I knew about Krishna's pastimes, I spoke. And when I was speaking, Maharaj was just listening like this. Like you are listening now. You are sitting like this. And after I blabbered something for 5 minutes. After that I said, yes Maharaj. Maharaj said, thank you. I gave you Krishna. You gave me Krishna. This is how our life should be. Whenever we meet each other, all our interaction should be, we should give each other Krishna. Then our life will become perfect. So the purpose of today's class was simply to help us remember Krishna's beautiful pastimes. Don't try to use too much logic. Sweet pastimes, relish it, enjoy it and share it. And hear from others and tell others about Krishna. And if you do that, what will happen? I'll end with this one very important shloka. Shukdev Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj in the 10th canto that if we glorify Krishna, what will happen? He says, what happened in Vrindavan? Do you know? In Vrindavan, everybody was glorifying Krishna. What happened because of that? Iti Nandadayo Gopa. You can please repeat. Iti Nandadayo Gopa. Krishna Rama Katam Muda. Kurvanto Rama Manascha. Navindam Bhava Vedanam. Shukdev Goswami says that Nanda Maharaj and all the coward men and women of Vrindavan, Iti Nanda Dayo Gopa, Krishna Rama Katham Muda, they would always talk about Krishna and Balram. And that was their source of Muda, happiness. And because they did that, what happened to their life? Kuruvanto Rama Manascha, their love for Krishna and Balram increased. Why? They were talking about Krishna. When you constantly talk about Krishna and hear about Krishna, the first thing that happens is Kuruvanto Rama Manascha. Your love and affection for Krishna will increase. And second, very important, Navindam Bhava Vedanam. They did not perceive the suffering of material world. Everybody is going through suffering in material world. But this suffering and this pain will not be so intense. We will not feel that pain if we have Krishna Katha as the basis of our life. Therefore, I would like to chant one more verse, can we? Because this also shows what happens when we hear Bhagavad Katha. Shukdev Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj that 3 types of people get benefit when there is Krishna Katha Bhagavatam class happening. Unlimited benefit. Who are these 3 people? Please repeat this verse. Vasudeva Katha Prashna Purushastrin Punatihi Vaktaram Prachakam Shrotrim Tatpada Salilam Yatha. Vasudeva Katha Prashna. Whoever discusses about Vasudeva Katha, Krishna Katha, Purushams Treen. Treen in Sanskrit means English 3. There are at least 150 Sanskrit words which are used by English also. One of them is Treen. In Sanskrit 3 is also English 3. Shukdev Goswami says, Purushams Treen. 3 kinds of people get benefit when there is Krishna Katha. Vaktaram, one who is speaking. Prachakam, one who asks questions. Yesterday we had a lot of questions. Day before yesterday we had questions. Vaktaram, Prachakam, Shrotrims. You may not have any question, but you are simply listening. So, all 3 kinds of people, what happens to them? Tatpada Salilam Yatha. They all get Krishna's lotus feet. They all get shelter of Krishna and their life becomes perfect. So, we invite all devotees to chant and hear Krishna Katha as much as possible. See, services, if you want to sustain whole life, because you are serving whom? Krishna. If you have to serve Krishna, we have to love Krishna. We have to love Krishna by hearing about Krishna. And we hear about Krishna and also serve Krishna, then love will become more and more and more. So, with that simple request, I would like to pause here and thank all of you for giving me an opportunity to glorify and do Krishna Katha for 4 days here at Shri Radha Nil Madhav's temple at ISKCON, Seattle. I consider it my blessed fortune and that I could come here again after last year, and this year you gave me a chance to speak 4 times Katha. Actually, 5 classes, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday and Tuesday. So I am very grateful for this opportunity to serve all of you. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Any comments or questions regarding today's class?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So Bhagwan saved Pandavas like throughout the war, and like even he saved Parikshit Maharaj from Brahmastra, like while he was in womb of Subhadra. So like why he didn't save Arjun's son Abhimanyu?
That is a pastime. You know, we can have question answers on philosophy, but pastime you can't ask questions. Why somebody does why? Even if okay, let us say he had saved Abhimanyu. Let us say he had saved Abhimanyu. Huh? You would have said, well, Krishna saved Abhimanyu also. Then why did Krishna allow Gatotkacha to die? Then we would have said, okay, Gatotkacha also if Krishna had saved. Then you would have said, but then why Krishna allowed the war to take place? Right? That also a question we can ask. And if we say, if Krishna had expertly negotiated in that Shanti Dut and that war had not taken place, then what will you discuss? what we will speak? For 1 hour, see, because Abhimanyu was killed, next day we could see Krishna's so many sweet pastimes, no? So, we had some opportunity to glorify Krishna. And Abhimanyu was killed, we should not think when the Mahabharata very beautifully explains, Bhagavatam explains that Krishna's plan, when somebody is dying also, it's not like tragedy. For us, in that moment in Mahabharata it may appear tragedy, but it is Krishna's plan. That person has gone back to Krishna. In fact, in the Mahabharata war, Tateva chane naraloka vira yada have Krishna mukhara vindam netre pibanto nayanabhiramam parthastraputa padamapurasya. Shukdev Goswami says, when Arjuna and Krishna were fighting in the Mahabharata war, Tateva chane naraloka vira yada have Krishna mukhara vindam. Anybody was dying in the war, they were looking at Krishna's beautiful face and dying. Even the enemy, I'm talking about the enemy soldiers. Forget Pandavas. The Kaurava soldiers when they were being shot by Arjuna, Krishna mukhara vindam, they are dying. Netre pibanto nayana bhiramam. From their eyes, they are drinking Krishna's beauty. But what is happening before that? Netre pibanto nayana bhiramam parthaastra puta padama purasya. First they were purified by Arjuna's arrows. And then they saw Krishna's beauty. Padam apurasya. They all went back to the spiritual world. So Mahabharata war was orchestrated by Krishna to perform a beautiful pastime so that we all can come together and morning, afternoon, night glorify Krishna. So in that pastime, Abhimanyu played his part in that drama. Otherwise, there is no end to questions, We can ask so many questions for everything, na? Like why Pandavas then lost the gambling match? Why Krishna did not come earlier? So there is no end to what Krishna could have not done, could have done. So like that. Is that okay? Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandvat Pranam. Prabhu, thank you for the nice class which you gave. And I still remember last time you came and we had a japa circle and a lot of chanting. We liked it. I was expecting this time also, but anyway, I don't know. Hare Krishna wanted.
We have a japa talk.
Okay.
Day after tomorrow.
So I have a question regarding 3 things. You talked about Krishna Katha today. So I have a question in my mind which is there for some time. So there are 3 things. One is Krishna Katha or Satsang we call. And then there is sadhana which we do chanting and all. And then there is service. So out of 3, sometimes we see that at the same time we have 3 priorities. Sadhana, service or chanting. Sadhana, service and satsang or association. So how to prioritize and how to see, because sometimes it happens, let's say today my chanting was still not done, but I might be doing chanting along with doing that, but ideally I was not giving 100% to both. So how to manage this and how to prioritize things in such a way, or how to look at it, if you can guide us.
Yeah, there are 2 things. One thing is, okay, first I'll tell you, there are 2 things here. First is, we make sometimes vows, some commitments to Krishna. Right? Somebody make a commitment, okay, I'll chant every day 4 rounds and I will every day read Bhagavatam for 5 minutes. Some commitment you may make to Krishna. That is between you and Krishna. So give first priority to that commitment. Then after that, after you fulfill that commitment, or you are assured that commitment is taken care of for the day, then other things you follow by your spontaneous inspiration. Because your first is important is commitment to Krishna. Then rest is spontaneous, your inspiration. That is one point. Second point is, there is something called as trial and error. You learn how to balance through practice. One day you will get late in japa. Like for example, today you heard the class, now you'll go home, you'll chant your rounds, and then you'll realize, oh, it was such a struggle. Maybe I should, next time onwards, get up early in the morning and chant. So like that you will learn to balance. But ideally, the principle is, if you are fulfilling your basic expected commitment, then the rest doesn't matter. One day you could do sadhana, one day you could do seva, one day you could do... Wherever you have expected and where there is commitment, there is a certain duty. There we should honor that commitment. Like let us say you have told the temple authorities that I'll come for washing pots on every Monday, Tuesday and Friday, for example. And there is a class going on. You have to miss that class at that time because there is a commitment, right? So first priority is commitment. Then after that commitment, follow your inspiration. And if you're not able to still follow, then have faith. Second principle is trial and error through practice. How to use smartphone, for example. I learnt it through trial and error. I first was with the smartphone all the time and I realized it's a big distraction. Then I kept the smartphone away completely. Then my services were getting affected. So then how much to use, how much not to use, I learnt it. Today I'm balanced because through trial and error. Similarly, how much chanting, how much seva, how much we learn by practice. Is that okay? Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you for the class, Prabhu. Could you just explain more about Naranarayana Rishi incident or pastimes that you were, when Sanjaya came to meet them, he literally saw Naranarayana Rishi, Arjuna and Krishna. So, is it incarnation or I didn't understand who they were?
They are Naranarayana Rishi. I also don't know more about them. I know from what I spoke from Mahabharata.
Okay.
I don't know more than what I spoke.
But any idea why he saw instead of Krishna and Arjuna? Why
he saw because Mahabharata described them as Naranarayana Rishi. For that, they understand how powerful they are. They may not have accepted Krishna and Arjuna to be powerful, but when they realize their incarnation of Naranarayana Rishi, then they may get scared. They may become more aware. When you want to impress someone, if you're not impressed by someone, then we give his glories, no? He is like this, he is like this, he has so much power, then we get more impressed. So similarly, Sanjaya was given that vision so that he can go back and tell Duryodhana and party that even if you don't believe Krishna and Arjuna to be powerful, you know who they are. They are Naranarayana Rishi. Then Parashuram also endorsed it later. That Naranarayana Rishi had destroyed Dambhotaka's army. So like that, just to add weightage to their status. But details of who Naranarayana Rishi and all that, I don't know all the details. I know from Mahabharata what I read. But I'm sure there is, of course they are mentioned in the Bhagavatam also. There is a lot of details you will get in the scriptures. But I am not aware of them. If anybody is aware, they can share. Okay? Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. It's regarding the second lecture. You had asked to think of what you are grateful for. So I wasn't here that day, but I heard it online. When you are grateful of the things which happened long time ago, you said when you are grateful for every day, like a recent thing, you won't get, what do you call it, you are not depressed. So, but if you are getting the old things, like really big things, so what will happen at that time?
I didn't get the last part of your question.
So, in your practice, in your second lecture, you have asked us to think about what you are grateful for. It can be anything. The recent incidents will, if you are thinking of that, then you will not be depressed, right? So if you are thinking of the old ones, like long time ago situations, what will happen?
If you're grateful for the old things, then you will be more not depressed. It will be even good, no? That is very, very rare quality. If you can constantly think of all the good things. Prahlad Maharaj, in the Bhagavatam, his father tried to kill him so many times. But when Narsimhadev is praying to Narsimhadev, he is saying, my father rubbed my hair once and he kissed my head and he had tears of affection for me. So he is remembering that one good thing. So the ability to remember something good from the past is glorious. It's easy to remember good things that have happened in the recent past, but to go back and think of 5 years ago, 10 years ago. In fact, as you practice devotional service more sincerely, slowly in the past, even those tragedies that have happened, we will be able to see them gratefully. We will be able to see how it taught me some lessons, how it has helped me evolve, how it has helped me come here where I am today. That stage will also come if we practice gratitude. Otherwise, generally, we carry both pain and sweet memories of past. But as we practice bhakti yoga sincerely with gratitude, eventually we will have only happy memories from the past, and the painful memories will be seen as Krishna's arrangement to teach me some lessons and to help me come where I am now. That is the power of gratitude. Is that okay?
Yes. Haribol.
Thank you.
Yeah, that day those all three practices was really good to see Krishna more often. Haribol.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Very happy to be with all of you. Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.